Hello, Virgo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards are You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin? There you go. Well, the spelling's right there. So if you want to find those people, there you go. What do we... Virgo. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Sometimes I question the decks only because it's like, are they all positive cards? Which is not bad, but there's a lot of good coming here. Although the tarot cards are backing it up, so I guess we have no problem there. I don't know why I'm questioning it, but I wonder if that's like the natural energy you might have. Like, is it really that good? Are we doing that well? Starting off, you got gratitude with threshold. This is looking back at your own history. Whatever the subject is you're dealing with, you're looking at it like, you know what? There's a lot messed up here, but I've done the best I can with it. Yeah, that's not so right over there, but you know what? I can only do so much. And this is like realizing that you're doing well with a situation. You got gratitude with the threshold. You're doing well with it, and the people who support you are trying to help you with that. But there's some things, there's pieces of this situation that, they're just not going to fly right. They're just never gonna. But you're kind of like owning what you can and like not owning what you can't. You're like, some of that over there, that's out of my control. And there's no reason for me to feel bad about that. What I have in control, I do well with. And what I can, with the people who work with me, we do well. So you're very much on the level with it. You're feeling good with it. Like, that's a very good moment with the threshold and the gratitude. Kind of like, hey, it ain't perfect, but I do what I can with it. And the people who work with me, we gel quite well. This is good. Meeting angels. This card is kind of like the realistic moment here. This is kind of where this is stemming from with the realistic feeling. Kind of like, it's going well. You're doing very well with it. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's going as good as it was gonna get. It's like, this is as good as it's gonna get at this point. Maybe it'll get better, but for right now, you did well. That's just, I feel like that this is like support, like emotional support around you. Could be angelic, yeah, I'll give you that. But I'm kind of feeling like you're getting that support. Like, hey, yeah, it's kind of like, if this place was a mess, you did the best you could with it, and we're thankful that you did. It's positive. I don't know. I feel like it's extremely realistic. It's kind of like you got your head, you're at both feet on the ground. You don't have your head in the clouds about it. You just like, you know what? For what it is, going really well. This is a very positive energy. I just want to make sure I'm reading it right. Although, just to be fair, I am a Pisces, which is the opposite of Virgo, which might be why I'm a little bit. It's interesting. Let's keep going, because you got more positive energy coming in. Music and movement. Okay, I see why this is okay, because I'm already catching into more of why I'm like questioning like how good is this really. The situation is rough anyway, but you are really making a positive impact here. And this next card, music and movement. It's kind of like you're livening this situation up. You're showing the positive here, and you're really accentuating that. But even more than that, you're adding more. You're personally adding more into it. That's bringing more joy into the situation. The other people, they don't seem to want to do this. They don't seem to want to put this effort into it. But when you do it, it's kind of like you're the one. You seem to get the ball rolling. Now, when you're doing it, other people want to support it or want to add into it because I feel like because they like you. Honestly. You're doing it, they like you, like, well, I mean, I like the Virgo, so I can add into this. I'll give into this. I'll do some extra for this because the Virgo's doing it. I like the Virgo. The Virgo's making a difference. So because the Virgo's doing it, I'll do it too. I'm getting that energy here because I'm getting this Ten of Pentacles, like people are adding in because they see you getting involved, and it gives them confidence. And I literally think it's just some people just flat out like you, and they want to be involved. So that's kind of why that happens. Even if it's to your chagrin, in the sense of like some people who might like you, you might be like, well, that's nice, but maybe you're not so warm and fuzzy towards them, but you don't make an issue of it. But you're seeing it, and you're like, yeah, I mean, they like me. I don't know if I really like them, but I get it. Like, I feel like that energy might be there. It's not bad. It's just kind of like, okay, I guess. You're not scoffing it away. It's working out well. People are supporting you, but they're also, it may be one of those things kind of like, you know, I can come over Tuesday and help you for a couple hours, but that's all I can commit to. And you're like, that's cool. And then a couple days go by and they're like, well, I could show up again and do it for this time and do it then. You're like, that's cool. It's not dependable support, but when it's added in, it's beneficial. You're not depending on it anyway, but when somebody offers a little extra help, that's cool. That works well. It's not dependable, but it's good the way it comes. Like you see it for what it is. Like when it shows up, cool. Not depending on it, but when it shows up, great. You got the Six of Wands with the Nine of Cups. Very happy, doing really well. You got success written all over this thing. This situation improves. So it's like this, and it's kind of slowly improving. But I feel like when these other people add in, it kind of accelerates it just a little bit each time. So it's kind of like if you start down here, like if I try to start over here, you're expecting it to go up kind of like this. But what happens is it's kind of like it's jumping up, and then it's jumping up, and it's just you're getting a better outcome than expected. So it's not a problem. It's good. Unexpected help you're not depending on does benefit you more than expected. So you get ahead of the game, which is just cool. It's kind of like I'm thinking of it like banking. Like, you know, you're trying to save up to $10,000. You're expecting to save $50 a month, and every now and then somebody gives you a 5 or a 10 here or there. So this month maybe you saved $55 instead of 50. You're like, oh, that's not bad. Next month you save 60 instead of 50. You're like, oh, I'm $15 ahead. So you're cool with that. That's how it feels. It feels really good. Kind of like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's not bad. It's off plan, but it's off plan in a great way. So all good. A lot of people are giving to you in this situation. Again, I don't know if this sounds strange or not. For some reason, I feel like some of you might be kind of questioning this. People are giving to you, and just there's this support around you. It's like people are really nice to you and like you, and you might not be reciprocating of that energy. Not in a bad way, but it's just kind of like people who like you and show you favor. You're kind of like, like you're not warm and fuzzy towards them, but it's nice. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. It's like you don't have negative feelings against these people, but you don't really have positive at the same time. But they seem to have more positive feelings towards you than you expect. And every now and then it's just kind of like, okay, I mean, thank you. It's weird. It's just kind of like, okay, thank you. You've got the Empress with the oneness coming in the environment here. The oneness is like the one we are everything. It's everything is one. I don't know if I want to get into that. It's like, it seems like a deep conversation. The oneness, like we're all looking out for each other. We're all a part of the big overall plan. And some of this may be that. Like people are realizing you're making a great effort and you're making things improve that they didn't think were really going to improve. And some of these people who are showing you favor, they believe in you and they believe in what you're doing. They just don't trust that it'll actually pay off in the end, but they want to give you that support because if it can work out, they want to give you some support to help that happen. I don't know, it's like they don't really believe in the situation, but they do believe in you. And they don't want to just walk by it and be like, I could have helped, and that might have had a chance to actually work. So that might be one of the reasons they're coming towards you, because I'm trying to solve that energy, because it's weird. This support you have around you, it just seems to you like it throws you off a little bit. Like, really? I didn't realize we were like that. But okay, cool. But it might be one of those things where they're like, I don't believe that's going to really go. I don't believe that's really going to work. The Virgo seems to believe in it. I believe in the Virgo, though. I do trust the Virgo knows. Like, they don't just throw away their effort. If they're putting in effort, they believe in it. So I don't want to just ignore it and not help and be like, well, that could have worked if I just helped. So I'm going to help every now and then, because I just don't want this to fail because I walked away from it. It's like that. Like, people don't want to walk away because they think you could have a chance to make it work. They're not really sure that'll happen, but they don't want to be the one that just walked away and that's why it failed. Like, if other people had helped, you'd been able to do it. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking that to death, but I feel like for the ones it matters for, I think you'll figure it out. So I'm not going to worry about it. There's a lot of work, a lot of giving here. We already talked about that. There is a lot of work going on. I'm getting, the farther this goes, though, you start to make real progress to the point where something that people didn't believe in the beginning and thought, well, the Virgo thinks that it's going to work out, so at least I'll give the Virgo a chance. You know, I'll help the Virgo, but I don't know how far this is going to really make it. At some point, there's a change, there's a tipping point where you've done so much work and made so much progress that it shows you've proven, like, this is worth it. This can go better, and you're making it go better. Community is starting to come together, kind of like, you know, the Virgo believed in this in the beginning. Most of us didn't. But the Virgo was showing over time, like, this is worth it. We need to do this. We need to help the Virgo. A lot more people are getting involved all of a sudden. Things get a little bit confusing. This is good, but I feel when this really starts to happen, the Hanged Man shows up on your side. This situation might kind of get away from you. And it might be one of those things where, well, I want it to keep going. I don't want to push people away. So I'm kind of stuck with how this is going. It's not the Hanged Man, like the situation comes to a standstill, not like that. It's the Hanged Man and, like, your ability to direct where it goes next. That you might kind of get caught up in the current yourself, and other people might start taking over on you. This comes in really quick. I'm noticing that with the Knight of Wands. I do see a lot of positive energy. You don't seem to be upset about it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't think you're upset about it, because this is why I think you're not upset about it. The situation, whatever it was, is now really, solidifying in the environment. You have the Ten of Cups, happiness, and Kuan Yin. Is it Kuan Yin? Yeah. Kuan Yin is I see it as a very loving, motherly energy, which may be contrary to the book. I don't know what the book says, just to be fair. I go with the energy on the card, and this is a very beautiful person, very caring, very loving, very gracious, very giving, very beautiful in, like, inside and out type of way. Like, it's like this person's beauty radiates from the inside. That's what I'm seeing from this. And I'm getting everything is actually coming together much better than you expected. Everybody, like, I'm just getting the outcome is much better than you expected. You do make out. You do profit from this in whatever a way. Like, even if it's like an emotional profit, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be money, but it could be an emotional profit. There's some type of profit here for you that you find value in. It's much better than you expected. Everybody's coming together. Like, there's a lot of accolades coming towards you for, like, not only trying this, but then holding to it and then making it a success. Like, people are noticing that. People really, like, the belief in you was already there, but just kind of, like, people really are, like, appreciative of you here. Was there gratitude? Gratitude was in the beginning. So you are getting a great outcome, even though I feel at the end you're kind of losing control of it. I still feel like you're assured this great outcome. And I almost feel like, even though that might be a weird spot for you, making you a little uncomfortable, knowing that you're still going to make out on this and make out better than originally expected. It's almost like, again, if we're going through, like, you were trying to save $10,000, you're ending up with, like, $15,000 to $20,000. Like, that's, you know what I mean? You're losing control of how it's coming in, but you're ending up with this much better situation. Anything else with this? All right. I think we're there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.